The ultimate pistol has been around for a while now. But what is it about this pistol that made it so ultimate back in 2013 when it was introduced? And why are people still talking about it today? Well, let's talk about it. Now, the first thing that really made this gun stand out was its price tag. Then we have the caliber. When Smith & Wesson came out with this, they didn't go with the typical 9mm, but instead went with a big lug, heavy hitting. 57. SIG. This makes the gun incredibly accurate and flat shooting, but more importantly, it gives you a significant advantage when it comes to terminal ballistics. A bullet from a 9mm travels anywhere between 1,000 to 1,200 feet per second, depending on the bullet weight and load. Whereas a .357 SIG leaves the barrel anywhere from 1,600 to 1,800 feet per second. That is a huge difference. The faster a bullet travels, the more energy it has, and in general, the more energy a bullet has, the more effective it will be for self-defense. But wait, there's more. Not only does the M&P 9 offer superior ballistics, but it also offers an optics mounting system that allows you to put an optic right on top of the gun. Now, optics are extremely popular in the firearms industry right now, and although many companies are offering optics mounting systems, back in 2013, there were not a lot of companies doing this. And to add to that, the M&P 9 wasn't just some obscure model that nobody had heard of. It was a mainstream pistol offered by one of the most respected names in the industry. And speaking of that optic, Smith & Wesson included a unique optic mounting system that allows you to use the most popular optics on the market today. These include the Trujicon SRO, the Shield RMSC, the Holosun K, and the Leupold LCO. So, if you wanted to put an optic on your pistol, the M&P 9 made that really easy and affordable. And if you didn't want to put an optic on your pistol, that was fine too because the M&P 9 had a really good set of night sights installed on the slide. These night sights are a really nice white, which makes them super easy to pick up in both low light and no light situations. So whether you decided to run the gun with or without an optic, you knew that you would have a great set of sights to fall back on. Now, let's take a look at the design of the gun itself. The gun has really clean lines. The slide is long, and it has a nice big ejection port, which is great for reliability. The grip of the pistol is super aggressive. And I mean really aggressive. We're talking stippling all over the entire grip, which gives you a really solid purchase on the gun and allows you to get a really high level of precision. And although the stippling on the grip is aggressive, it isn't uncomfortable to shoot. In fact, the gun shoots extremely well, especially for a .357 SIG. Now, one of my favorite things about this pistol is the way that the slide serrations taper off towards the front of the pistol. This gives you a really solid purchase for doing reloads and clearing malfunctions. Another cool thing about the pistol is that it has interchangeable back straps. This allows you to change the grip angle of the pistol and also the size of the pistol, so you can make it bigger or smaller depending on what you're looking for. Now, this feature is nothing new, but it was still pretty rare to see this on a pistol back in 2013, and it's still pretty uncommon today. One of my favorite things about this pistol is the trigger. The trigger on this thing is absolutely incredible. I think it's one of the best factory triggers out there, period. Now, you may disagree with me there, but hear me out. The trigger breaks cleanly and consistently at around 4 pounds, which is a very light and smooth trigger pull. The reset on the trigger is also very short and tactile, which allows you to get back on target quickly after you break the shot. And then there's the ergonomics of the gun. The gun is extremely comfortable to shoot. The grip angle is very natural, and it fits my hand like a glove. The magazine release is also very easy to operate, which is great for doing reloads during shooting drills. And the recoil on this thing is very manageable, even though we're talking about a .357 SIG. Now, one of the things that really impressed me about this gun is how reliable it was. I ran thousands of rounds through this thing without ever experiencing a single malfunction. And that's with a variety of different ammo, including ball ammo, self-defense ammo, and even reloads. That's the kind of reliability that you need in a self-defense gun. Overall, the M&P 9 is a fantastic pistol that is still very relevant today. It's a gun that offers a lot of value for the money, and it's a gun that can be customized to fit a variety of different shooters. Whether you're looking for a self-defense gun, a competition gun, or just a fun gun to shoot at the range, the M&P 9 is definitely worth considering. Now, if you're in the market for a new pistol, I highly recommend that you check out the M&P 9. You won't be disappointed. And who knows, maybe you'll be the next person to join the M&P 9 movement. Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please smash that like button and subscribe to the channel so you never miss another video. And if you want to support the channel even further, consider becoming a member. As a member, you'll get access to exclusive content, behind-the-scenes footage, and you'll even get to suggest future video ideas. So, if you want to join the family, click the link in the description below. Thanks for watching, stay safe, and we'll see you in the next video. You know, I think one of the reasons why the M&P 9 is still being talked about today is because it represents a shift in the firearms industry. Back in 2013, there was a lot of resistance to new ideas in the firearms industry. A lot of companies were reluctant to innovate, and that led to a lot of stagnation. But Smith & Wesson wasn't one of those companies. They were willing to take risks and experiment, and that led to the creation of the M&P 9, which was a truly innovative pistol. I mean, when you think about it, the M&P 9 was one of the first mainstream pistols to come out with an optics mounting system. It was also one of the first mainstream pistols to offer interchangeable backstraps, and it was also one of the first mainstream pistols to come out in a .357 SIG, which is a relatively new caliber that had been gaining in popularity in recent years. Now, all of these features are very commonplace today, but back in 2013, they were very innovative, and that innovation didn't stop with the features. The M&P 9 also represented a shift in the way that people thought about pistols. Before the M&P 9, most people thought that a self-defense gun should be small and easy to carry, but not necessarily something that you would want to shoot. But the M&P 9 changed that. It proved that you could have a gun that was both easy to carry and easy to shoot, which was a completely new concept at the time. This led to a whole new generation of concealed carry pistols that were designed to be both concealable and shootable, and the M&P 9 was right at the forefront of that movement. Another reason why the M&P 9 is still being talked about today is because it's simply a great gun. I mean, it's not perfect, but it's a very, very good gun that's well designed and well made. It's the kind of gun that you can hand down to your children, and they'll still be using it 20 years from now. Now, obviously, we can't predict the future, and we don't know what new innovations are going to come out in the firearms industry. But based on what we've seen in the past, I think it's pretty safe to say that the M&P 9 is a pistol that will stand the test of time. It's a classic that will be talked about for generations to come. And who knows, maybe one day you'll be able to tell stories about the good old days when you carried an M&P 9. Hey, if you're still here, leave a comment down below. Let me know that you made it to the end of the video. And while you're down there, make sure you smash that like button and subscribe to the channel so you never miss another video. Thanks for watching, and stay safe.